Hey guys, welcome back to CLOCKWISE Crypto. Hope you guys are moving forward in everything that you do. Diving right in here for a market update here. Taking a look here at CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, saying other crypto assets will get spot ETFs just like Bitcoin. Yes, it is coming. It is coming 100%. Now, I do not think these come-by-night scammy projects are going to get their ETFs. I do think quality projects, conservative projects that are doing it right are going to get spot ETFs. I don't think it's going to be a free-for-all. I don't think it's going to be one of those scenarios. I do think solid projects are going to get their shot. But let's dive in to see what Brad Garlinghouse has to say about this article here. He's saying here, it's certainty. I'm not going to put a horizon on time, but I think there's other ETFs for sure. There will be other ETFs for sure, he says. The sad part of reality is we have Bitcoin ETF only because the U.S. court said to the SEC, you're being arbitrary in your application of the law. What would be sad is if every ETF had to go through the same journey and for Gary Gensler to get smacked down by the U.S. court system again. Brad Garlinghouse says that might be necessary, but at some point, I think Gary Gensler won't be the chair of the SEC, and that will be a good thing for the American people. Garlinghouse went in. So I think Brad Garlinghouse has credibility because he was the only crypto project to fight and win against the SEC. The only one. Didn't settle, didn't just pay the money and, go away because that's almost like an admission of guilt. But they did, go against the SEC last year. A judge determined that the retail sales of XRP tokens do not constitute a security, handing Ripple Labs a major victory over the SEC in court. So the XRP ETF is coming. It's just a matter of time. XRP ETF is coming. Ethereum ETF is probably coming. A Cardano ETF is coming. Conservative projects, good projects are going to take a swing at this and win. Altcoin ETFs are for sure coming, guys. So very excited about that. And I completely agree with what Brad Garlinghouse has to say there. Taking a look at this other article, Crypto Trader issues Bitcoin alert, says Bitcoin is flashing the same signal that preceded 2016 and 19 corrections. Closely followed trader, crypto strategist, is giving off some technical flash before a deep correction. He's saying here that on Twitter that a 50% retracement as resistant after last week's close below 42,230. And looking at the chart here, he is saying pretty much pulling out the Fibonacci and having Bitcoin go to 37, it looks like, potentially. So this is interesting. I haven't heard anyone really, align with me about the pullback. So it's cool to see how he's playing it out here. I'm looking at the chart, and okay, so he has the Fibonacci pulled up, 0 to what do you have? 0 to 100 to the top, 50% retracement there. I think it's gonna bounce, is what he's saying. Gonna bounce down and make a new low past that level. So he's saying Bitcoin history repeating ? So it's cool to see the other analysis. The charts are a little bit more than what I'm used to. I'm not used to as messy charts. Like mine's pretty simple. Mine is pretty simple, as you guys see. Like I don't keep a lot. This stuff is what? So it looks like, he says, it looked like Bitcoin is in the wick-off distribution stage at the moment, which generally means investors are selling crypto. There's also a gone 50% level that Bitcoin just closed under 2. So, here's an analysis. Here's our chart in comparison to that. You guys see the chart here. Here's our chart. It's fairly clean. We keep this like this only because we want to just document this journey. So that's our chart. And if you could remove the white, remove this, our chart will be even less than that. So it's just different ways of looking at the charts. I'm just keeping it pretty simple. I see a pullback based off of the stochastic, based off the lower time frame. We created a new low on the lower time frame. created a little bit a new low. Actually, no, we didn't create a new low. I'm sorry. We are at a major level of support, which is nearing the 40,600 mark. And so with that being said, aligned with the stochastic, I do believe a drop is possible. Particularly we stay on the weekly time frame just because, you know, we just don't want to deal with all the mess. We want to kind of have a big long-term approach to the crypto assets. And with that, I do believe that we should see a pullback somewhere to this trend line. So I've been saying that for months. And, you know, yes, I see your comments. You think I'm crazy? You thought I was crazy, especially when Bitcoin hit 48. Everyone was like, "Oh, see, he was calling for a drop." And I'm like, guys, and then it was like a day, like 24 hours later, I'm like, it dropped. Like 50% drop is major. So, and you know, it's not really about being right, but I think it's more about expanding your mind and seeing what long term is happening. Don't fall into the FUD. Or not the FUD, sorry, the FOMO. Don't fall into the FOMO, okay? That Bitcoin ETF, we've seen it happen already. We've seen news like that happen. The ETH merge just happened in September of 22. It happened. The ETH merge was supposed to be catapulting Ethereum to 5,000 to 10,000 overnight, and it didn't happen. It did the exact same thing that this Bitcoin ETF did. It did the exact same thing. It was a pump right before. And then as soon as it happened, it just stayed there. Everyone was looking like, oh, and then it dumped. Same exact thing. Now, I do think this is confirmation that the bull run is going to be even crazier because the injection of money is going to be, there's now a on ramp for new money to come into the market. So I love that. And, you know, this is our chart. This is what we see, and we'll see what happens, guys. Just wanted to touch base and give you a little bit of a market update. Hope you guys got some value out of this video. Keep moving forward in everything that you do. We'll see you soon.